So, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a bit of a different video than what you're used to. It's not a fucking animated story time or like a voiceover commentary. This is just like I decided to show you guys a little bit of insight on how I do my art and how I managed to like completely bullshit it to the level of mediocrity that it's at right now with no effort. No. So one of the things that I really want to emphasize with this, it's an art tips and tricks if you haven't picked up so far from the title and the thumbnail in case you didn't notice. No. But the number one thing I want to say is definitely to know your art program. That's like the number one tip for the video, alright? I'm gonna save you the time and the effort. Doesn't matter what, like right now we're using FireAlpaca, but it doesn't matter what kind of art program you use. Just look up so many fucking tutorials on it that like, you know, like the back of your fucking hand. Like I've been using FireAlpaca for 2 years, so I know how to use it pretty well. Just knowing the ins and outs of your program, that's just gonna improve your art by so much. Like, you won't believe how many people I know that don't fucking just watch tutorials on their program. And any program, it doesn't have to be FireAlpaca, so you can watch a fucking paint tool side tutorial and then transfer that shit over to FireAlpaca. So just always be watching tutorials. That's like the number one tip, alright? Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird or I just sound weird talking. I'm not used to like live action voice shit yet. Like I re-record my lines and stuff like that, so this is really awkward for me and for you. You know, it's like when the doctor asks you to cough and shit. Yeah, they're nuts in your hand. But alright, so this is gonna be weird. I just really want to help. I'm help me. Alright, this is be help. Alright, so the number one thing you can do to improve your art and that I learned is to give your art an outline and a drop shadow. That's the number one thing. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So the thing with the outlines is that you can't do it with a gradient background. So you can see I try to click around because I have a gradient background here. So you want to make sure that you have a transparency. This is our subject today. Very cool, Wilbear. I'm sure you've seen him around. If you haven't liked the Instagram post yet, what are you doing? So the first thing you want to do is start a new layer underneath him. So you have Wilbear and then you have this blank layer. Select the blank layer. Go over here to select, inverse it, and then expand that. And then from here, you can do two different outlines. I like to do a black outline first on the line art. So go for a 4. You max out your pencil to 1000 just so you can get it all in one go. And then switch to your pencil and just color that shit in. Look at that. Then deselect it again over here. So look, there you have your see, black outline. See how much better that looks? And then you want to make another one for the white outline this time just to give it pop. So the same thing, select the transparent background, inverse it, expand it, and since this one's the white one and you want it to be seen more, the black one's more kind of subtle, you want to go for like a 10 maybe. Oh no, I fucked up, god damn it. Forgot to inverse that shit. You want to inverse it, then expand it, then go by the 10. There you go. Alright, so then you switch your color to white. You have it. Make sure you're on the right layer. So like if I go to the Wilbear one and I have my white on, I'm just gonna paint all over the fucking drawing. So no, you want to make sure you're underneath. So if I go to the black one, I'll just paint over the black that I had already done. So make sure you're on the right layer. So then get this white all in one fell swoop with your maxed out pencil. Deselect. Go over here to your movement tool. See, there you have like each different layer. Oh, would you look at that? Notifications. Alright. Okay, I'm silencing my phone now. So look, you have Wilbear, the black outline, and then you have the white outline. So then just to get them all together, you just merge them down. Let's put our background back on. So now you can see Wilbear. He's got a snazzy little outline. Look how much nicer he looks. So then the next thing that you want to do that really helps your shit pop out is give it a drop shadow. So to do that, duplicate your layer. Make sure you have protect alpha on it, the bottom layer. So you want to duplicate it. Bottom one gets protect alpha. Go to your black, max it out, and then just completely black out Wilbear. See, this is the bottom one, so you can't really see. Let's do that again, one more time. So make sure you're on the bottom one. So we're gonna invisible this one. And then there you go, Wilbear. So then what you want to do now is put the top Wilbear back on, bottom Wilbear. This is going to sound really weird because I use a lot of shorthand. I've never said this out loud to anyone, so it's going to sound really stupid me explaining it. Because it's just like shorthand, and then I'm like, as it's coming out of my mouth, I realize how fucking stupid I sound, so forgive me. So you go to Filter, Gaussian Blur, and see, you can preview it right here if you click the little box. But see, he already has a little drop shadow. I like to stick to 7, around there, 7 or 8. You can experiment with it though, you know. Just like my freshman year of college. Alright. So you can move around the drop shadow from there. See, I like to keep it there though, like in the center, just how it is, because it just organically like goes out naturally. And then if you want, you can fuck around with the opacity of it. If you fuck around with the opacity though, and you just merge it down, Wilbear's opacity is also going to get affected. So what you want to do for that is you have your opacity like affected layer, make a new layer, move the drop shadow over it, merge it down, and then see how the drop shadow changed. It went from black to like opaque. Then you can merge it down, and then your Wilbear isn't affected from there. Ta-da. So that's how you add an outline, super quick. Alright boys, so the next thing I want to show you guys is how I use layers. So this is pretty important, so you better listen up. You better fucking listen. So I'm pretty neat and like anal about my layers. So I always, when I do art, there's 3 layers that I use, alright? There's my line art layer up here, shading, and then my color, right? So with color, people sometimes shade on the same layer or something. But what I do is I have my color layer, and then shading, you want to clip it to the top. So look, you can see when it's not clipped, you can see over here, the colors start to leak out of what is drawn. You see right here? Let me take out the liner. You can see it, right? But when you have it clipped on, you can draw whatever you want on the surface. So see? Ta-da. So yeah, that's just really quick with layers. That's how I want them to set up. You know, just have them neat. Name them right. That's the #1 advice I can give you for layers. Because some people have fucking human centipedes where they have like 30,000 fucking layers like that. Like, no, just collapse it to 3, you know? Relax. So with layers, it's pretty easy. Also, you can just, alright, so like this down here, add a new layer. This is to add a new folder so you can put all your fucking layers in. This is how to duplicate a layer. That's just duplicating it. This is to merge layers down. So when you're collapsing all your layers down, which I don't recommend, I recommend having them in a folder if they're getting too cluttered up. So see, like this one, your shading, you merge it down, and then you merge your line art onto your color. Because you can't merge your line art onto your shading, because then this happens. So you always got to make sure your clipping layers get merged down first. So shading first, on color, then liner. Because if you just merge them all down like a fucking moron, look what's going to happen to your fucking art. Alright, see, that's all for layers, alright? Alright, so honestly, the most practical thing that I can show you how to use in this tutorial are hues, or how to fuck around with your hues and your brightness and shit. So this is the most useful thing, to be honest, because it really helps if you're a fucking mouse breather like me and you don't know how to actually use color theory and you chose the wrong color, so you can just experiment with it. So what you can do with the hue tool is just change your colors and your brightness and your saturation of shit on like the whim. So I think these are blue. I'm pretty colorblind. They could be blue or purple. I don't know which one they are. So look, we're gonna use the hue tool to change these colors, these balls, into different colors. So I've separated them into different layers. Here we have a red, green, and blue. They're all blue, right? According to me, they might be purple. I don't fucking know. Lilac. So look, so you change hues, you go up here to filter, hues, it should be the second option, and then from here you can change it. So this one's blue, so we're going to keep it the same, because I'm a moron. So this one we can change it to red, filter, hue, then you can experiment around right here to see, where's the red? So you can change it to pink, it's more of a, where's red? That's red, I think. So you can fuck around with the saturation of it, the brightness, make it a little bit brighter. That's more of a pink. God, am I really that colorblind? Alright, so we can change this one to green. Super easy. Look, hue. Like I said, just keep on experimenting, dude. So like this one, we're going to change it to green, which was like over here, I think. It's going to be, that's like a yellow. God, you guys are going to see how colorblind I am. I think it adds a spark to my drawings, alright? I don't want to hear your fucking criticism. Alright, that's green. Yeah, see, so you can fuck around with the saturation of it, the brightness, make it darker, which I don't really fuck around with, but... Your hue, yeah, this is, that's a better green. That's a good green, right there. See, so we've changed them all from the original blue. This is just really good for like last minute, like fucking around with your colors just to make sure everything's okay. That's like, it's like doing the one thing with your opacity when you move it like by percentages, even though it doesn't fucking help at all. But this is really good if you don't know shit about color theory. You can just keep on experimenting and like last minute adjustments. So this is the most practical thing I can honestly teach you, I think. Alright, look, I'm gonna need you guys to listen for this one because this one gets me mad. Some of y'all are really walking around this earth not knowing how to fucking do line smoothness or line correction, alright? So look, I see, like, you get your first drawing tablet, right? And it's really fucking jarring because you try to draw a circle, and then this is what you fucking get, right? You get this fucking audacity. This fucking unvaccinated kid right here, look. So, like, you try to draw a straight line, and oh my god, look at that. Fucking hideous. That's some Alex Mo quality artwork right there. So look, so you go up here. My correction's at 0, right? So what your line correction does is it determines how far away your cursor is from your actual hand. So right here, it's like on it, right? It's on it. Like, there's no delay. But with the line, so you try to draw a circle, and wow, look at that. It's fucking hideous. But then, if you move it up, don't go to fucking 40, alright? Because then you're gonna look like a fucking, look at this. How are you supposed to draw like that? Keep it I say stay like at a number and then slowly be working your way down. So like I like to stay at 20, right? So look at that. Look at that circle. Look how much happier he is. But then you have fucking Alfonso over here who wasn't vaccinated. Alright, so that's it. Line corrections, just super easy. Just fuck around with the settings a little bit. Don't go overboard on it because then you can definitely see. But it's just that is like, it's gonna improve your art so much, bro. I swear. It's like a handicap. It's like steroids. Alright, so the last of my elderly drawing knowledge that I'm gonna impart on you guys is line of action. So these are actually pretty important. This is like, I keep saying that for every single thing, but this is actually gonna help your art, not fucking outlines and shit. I don't know a lot about it. I'm talking out of my ass for the majority of shit here if you haven't noticed. But just pay attention. Alright, so with outlines, line of actions, what they do is that they give like motion to your drawing, or they give it like the aspect of life. So it's not just some 2D fucking thing on a paper. It looks like it has movement or momentum to it. Look. So I don't have a lot of good examples because I'm not a very good artist, but what like the actual good examples that I have is this chip flake bear, and then this delirious one is the most dynamic thing I've ever drawn. Alright, so see, you can see they have really strong curves. If you can see like through the white outline, I guess. Oh fuck, I hit my desk. Alright, so they have really strong curves, right? So there's movement implied, like with the chip flake or chip bear. I don't know what they call that fucking hybrid. You can see that there's like he's springing up in surprise, and there's like the movement like a coil, I guess. Look at it like that. And then with delirious, the delirious Pokemon thing over here, you can see that it's like there's movement, right? He's not just fucking standing there, you know, like a fucking T-posing. He's in an action pose. So with the line of action, it moves through it like a flow. You know what I mean? Just think of like your line flowing through it, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope you can see like through the example. So look, those are good lines of actions, and this is a bad line of action. Look at that fucking moron. Just standing there. I drew this too. I'm not just shitting on someone else's art, but look, it's just a straight fucking line. There's no movement. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. So like, when you compare it to the other ones, you can definitely see, I hope side by side that you can see, and I was just talking out of my ass, but you can definitely, hopefully see the difference in movement, right? You can see them, there's a little bit more life in these drawings than if he was just standing still. So just always be experimenting and shit and putting yourself out in like different poses. It's not gonna look good, trust me. You know how many times I've had to draw like the delirious Pokemon for it to like not look like hot garbage? So just don't be afraid to experiment with different poses and like just sketches. Just when you sketch these poses out, make sure they're really light and like they're quick. You know, you don't want to spend too much time on it, but like lines of actions are really important. They give like so much fucking life to your drawings. It's crazy. Like once you start looking at examples of it, they definitely really help. So that's like the last thing I guess I'd have to impart upon you, my disciples. I'm like Jesus. Alright, that about sums it up for what I'm sure is going to be this train wreck of a video. All the sagely advice I have has been offered for this time. I definitely want to make more videos where I just kind of help out, because this was definitely helpful. I can tell it was very helpful. I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn a lot from this. But yeah, if you have any more questions about anything else like regarding FireAlpaca, just ask away in the comments. I'll be sure to read all the I read all the fucking comments, right? You think I have anything better to do? So if you need help just with anything else, you can leave a comment there. There's gonna be more videos soon, hopefully. I'm not gonna promise. I have finals week. I might fail this quarter. I don't know. Might flunk out of school, fuck around a little bit. So we'll see. Until then, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I won't be living out of a fucking box, and maybe a new story time coming soon. I don't know. I'm not making promises, dude. I'm not making